This year in the senior class, we have co-valedictorians. The first co-valedictorian for the class of 2020 is Madison Gutzkow. Madison is the daughter of Bill and Mary Gutzkow. Madison will graduate with a grade point average of 4.0. Madison has been involved in Minnesota Honor Society, Knowledge Bowl, track and field, pep band, drama, Spanish club, and cross country. Madison will attend the College of St. Scholastica in Duluth with plans to pursue a degree in a business-related field. The 2020 co-valedictorian is Madison Gutzkow.
Here we are, at the end of our time in high school. While this ending isn't exactly what we expected, the lessons we learned will follow us forever. We really struck gold going to Royalton in the sense that most of our teachers and staff really care about us and will do just about anything to watch us succeed. Each teacher here left a lasting imprint on our lives, whether it be Mr. Shainock by somehow making even a class like pre-calculus at 8 a.m. sound interesting, or Mr. Tilges, dedicated to making each experiment fun, even when that meant us setting the fire alarm off in the middle of winter because we couldn't follow the directions on the gummy bear experiment. I'd especially like to thank Mr. Helverson for the impact he had on me, not only by inspiring me and many others by teaching the importance of creative expression throughout his entire career, but also for helping me find a direction for this speech at all. It is human nature to try and fill your time with passion. It's what keeps us going. It's part of what keeps us motivated during tough and boring responsibilities. During our schooling, we all had something that shoved us towards graduating, that picked us up and gently held our hands as it guided us to this very moment. For some, that's sports, or video games, or music, or a number of other hobbies. For me, that was art. And I found that the progression of an art piece can take you on a journey much like high school, or just life in general. To explain what I mean, I'll use the story of this piece right here. I spent over 100 hours working on this over the 4 years that we were in high school, and I learned a valuable lesson. I started it in my 9th grade painting class, and at the time, my purpose for doing it was to do well in the art class. That's all. But eventually the class ended and the painting wasn't done and I lost my purpose and consequently my motivation. That was until the end of 10th grade when my sister Alicia suffered from a stroke. That terrifying event changed everything for me. Suddenly the painting became a passion project for her, representing her ability to make it through anything life throws at her, no matter what. That love and adoration for my sister Alicia and her tremendous strength gave me a reason to finish the piece. With purpose again, I found a drive and devotion to an old piece that would have otherwise been forgotten about. Just like painting or any other hobby, until you find the meaning behind learning, it isn't very much fun at all. But that is what we set out to do today. Wherever life takes us, we are all destined for something, and we will continue to learn and grow. Our task is to just find the meaning behind it all. It isn't all about grades or the paychecks or the fame. We each went through our own struggles to get to this moment together. Graduation. The beginning of our own lives. Now is the time for us to take a moment and be proud of ourselves.
Our second co-valedictorian for the class of 2020 is Allyson Waletski. Allyson is the daughter of Dave and Judy Waletski. Allyson will graduate with a grade point average of 4.0. Allyson has been involved in volleyball, basketball, softball, Knowledge Bowl, Spanish club, Wii club, and is a member of the Minnesota Honor Society. Allyson will attend North Dakota State University to pursue a degree and a career in pharmacy. The 2020 co-valedictorian is Allyson Waletski.
I stand here before you looking back on 4 years of hardships, successes, achievements, and memories, and together we made it. This year in particular has been a wild ride. We will be the first Royalton class to graduate with a non-traditional ceremony. We were forced to adapt and to give up on some of the biggest life experiences that go along with senior year. But through every hardship, every I can't, every success, every I cannot believe this is happening, we have gotten stronger, together. We have managed to maintain solidarity even through our new reality. We have maintained connections through group messages and parking lot meetings, and we even got together to decorate our graduation caps. This shows how determined our class is to make the most of every situation, develop creative solutions to adapt in the face of adversity, and to stick together even during these unprecedented times. 4 years ago, we entered high school with no idea how much our lives would change. Some of us may have thought we would enter the workforce, others may consider joining the military, and yet others planned on attending college. Life changes. This year has been a perfect example of that. Last year, we watched the class of 2019 have a traditional graduation. Many of us were choked up, realizing we would be there in 365 short days. We entered Royalton High School on September 4th with high hopes of our senior year, our final sports seasons and plays, senior prom, class trip, getting out of school early, and of course, graduation. But here we are with our own unique graduation. Doesn't it fit the class of 2020? This year has been a roller coaster like no other. The last time hearing your name announced before a sporting event, the last time getting a standing ovation after the best performance of your life, the last time you guessed an answer to a knowledgeable question and somehow get it right, the last time playing an instrument or singing with your peers, the last time competing in a CDE, and the last time staying up all night to finish a Shaw project that is due the next day even though we have 3 weeks to do it. But for most of us, we had to say goodbye to something we love without even knowing it. As juniors, we played our last baseball and softball games without knowing we would never step onto the field again with our teammates or get to wear the Royalton uniform in our final senior season. As juniors, we competed in our last track and field event without realizing we would never be able to experience the runner's high and a sense of accomplishment after crossing the finish line one last time. As seniors, we walked the halls of Royalton High School for the last time in March, not knowing what the future had in store for us. And now, as the graduating class of 2020, our future is here. And while we may not know what the workforce has in store for us, or whether we'll be attending in-person classes in the fall, the one thing we do know is that we will take the new tools we learned from our time together these past 4 years, the tools we gained from each other, from our parents, from our teachers, administrators, and friends, and we'll use them to adapt, grow, and make a positive impact on our ever-changing world. But before we leave, on behalf of the class of 2020, I want to thank all of you. None of us would be here today without your help or guidance. I want to thank our teachers for preparing us for our future and being our #1 fans. I want to thank the administrators who worked tirelessly to make a graduation ceremony possible. I especially want to thank our parents for pushing us to be the best version of ourselves and helping us develop into the young adults that we are. And I want to thank each and every one of my fellow peers for creating an unforgettable high school experience and memories to last a lifetime. I challenge each of you to continue paving your own paths after leaving Royalton High School. Go the extra mile and continue working towards your dreams. We made the choice in March if we were going to dwell on what was taken away from us or if we were going to embrace the positives. We faced the challenges life brought us head on and made the most of them. But through all those hardships, we built character. We have learned to take nothing for granted and to live in the moment. We created our own unique senior year. The class of 2020 will not be remembered for the class that got stripped of their senior year, but as the class who left Royalton High School with their heads held high and with a legacy like no other. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.